Mr. President, what is the appreciation you make of the treatment of this incident by the media, especially the Western media? The Western media, it's not new. It's a good thing you are journalists, you work in information. Do you see what we call the media liars? I think a lot of people understand now. Most of them are media liars. They spent their time lying, manipulating. And today, when I look at them in their reports, what they say, it's shameful. And it's very good. They even managed to prove to all of Africa, to the whole world, that they are liars. And it's good. I think the African youth must have understood. The youth of Bukhara must have understood. It is to unsubscribe from these people, no longer listen to them. Because they manipulated us for a long time. You have several examples on you. We take the Ivory Coast, who did not hate Guavo? 804. In any case, our generation, so much they lied to him. They told nonsense. They put the pressure on by the information. You end up hating the person. They make a model of the person to impose it on you in your mind. You end up hating the person. We take him to the CPI. Then we tell him that he is guilty of nothing. Is that serious? Gaddafi. We let Gaddafi die. Here are the consequences here. Dictators, he did this, he did that, through their organizations.
This is the journey to one Africa.
Bonjour. Comment vous allez? D'accord.
It's an honor for me to speak this morning on behalf of all the staff, but also the first in charge of the Burkina Faso radio, television and broadcasting on this Thursday, 20th June 2014, to once again welcome you to the course of national television. This is not a premiere. Your Excellency, we are honored to welcome you this morning, especially for the momentum you have this morning to come and exchange with the staff, to encourage the staff, about a week after the unfortunate incident that hit the television. It is true that it was a frightening moment. Many agents were traumatized. But we feel that despite this, the agents are there every day to ensure the continuity of the service. So, Your Excellency, these are really words of thanks for your presence here this morning. Thank you, Your Excellency. Hello, everyone. I would say that it is a real pleasure to once again say hello to you. Yesterday, it was exactly a week since the incident happened. I'm going to go and see where the rocket fell. But know one thing. Those who are here to protect you, who unfortunately caused the incident, because you see them posted around, they probably tire you a lot lately, every morning, because they have reinforced security for several months, which leads to a lot of search and discomfort. But it's for you. It's so that no one can come and hurt you here. Because you are very important, it is a strategic place. It is in the case of the students that by wanting to verify a certain number of things, unfortunately, someone had the shot fired. Those who were next to him and the one who acted were also injured. So they were transported to Yalgado that day. Thank God. They left Yalgado with some sequels, of course, because the rocket does not forgive, especially at the level of the hand. Unfortunately, the rocket was directed in the court of the RTB here. And we can still go back, thank God, because there were no victims. As such, there were 2 injured taken care of by the President's infirmary. Immediately, with the help of the Council was able to come and see the damage and realize the situation of the injured, which was stable. I hope it will get even better. As a civilian, it's normal. Traumas, you've never heard a rocket shot next to you. Even if you're like a target, it's understandable. We set up a team of psychologists to try to take care of these 2 injured people and all the staff. It's not a bloodbath against you. It's just an incident. It happens. In the handling of weapons, it always happens. That's why in the ISTC, there are rules. Unfortunately, incidents can happen. It always happens. And often, it's unfortunate. We can thank God that there were no deaths. All the injured are recovering. We thank God. No one wants to be surprised. So when a relief arrives, everyone wants to check that these work instruments are working very well. It's normal, it's logical. But we're in the city, and these incidents shouldn't happen in the city. So don't be more worried than that. I hope the tension is going down. It took us a while to come and see you for a reason. We could explain why. Otherwise, the next day, we could come and see you. But we did it wisely, and I think you'll understand. You'll have the opportunity to ask your questions. And we'll be there to help you to de-stress a bit. I see that so much information is leaking everywhere. You can ask your questions too. Excellent. Thank you. Regarding the incident that should have happened yesterday, we should have done more to support social media that talk about human mutinies and the possibility of a new government. We should have done more of a new government. There is absolutely nothing. We are there, and everyone should be careful that day. The incident happened while we were in the council, and if people had fled, would there have been a press conference after the council? There was a press conference, wasn't there? But as they are used to lying, as they breathe, they try to entangle people. These individuals should not be listened to. They want to distract people. It's not important. We don't run away. Never. We are soldiers, and that's the last thing that comes to mind. We don't back down. We don't give up, and we don't kneel in front of anyone, except our parents and God. So that's our mentality. They told us everything they wanted, and we watched them. It's precisely because of that that we didn't come very early. They had to be fed their lies. And that's what I was saying. Maybe they were going to come and say that the director was kidnapped and his wife, who maybe believed in their inepties, was going to watch them. But now I see that they are lying. They have hatred in them. They are intellectually constipated. And that's what makes them have to lie. Because surely they have a pact with the imperialists. They are forced to work to make them run. They are actually scammers. Otherwise, we are here. We continue to work. We are with you every morning. We pass. But we didn't want to come to let them continue until they drowned themselves. I think they have drowned themselves well now. All of Africa has understood that they are apatrides. They are enemies of the nation. Otherwise, they would have done absolutely nothing. We are here. We are working. Mr. President, what is the appreciation you make of the treatment of this incident by the media, especially the Western media? The Western media, it's not new. It's a good thing you are journalists. You work in information. Do you see what we call the media liars? I think a lot of people understand now. Most of them are media liars. They spent their time lying, manipulating. And today, when I look at them in their reports, what they say, it's shameful. And it's very good. They even managed to prove to all of Africa, to the whole world, that they are liars. And it's good. I think the African youth must have understood. The youth of Bukhara must have understood. It is to unsubscribe from these people, no longer listen to them. Because they manipulated us for a long time. You have several examples on you. We take the Ivory Coast, who did not hate Guavo. 804. In any case, our generation, so much they lied to him. They told nonsense. They put the pressure on by the information. You end up hating the person. They make a model of the person to impose it on you in your mind. You end up hating the person. We take him to the CPI. Then we tell him that he is guilty of nothing. Is that serious? Gaddafi. We let Gaddafi die. Here are the consequences here. Dictators, he did this, he did that, through their organizations. They lie. RFI, what? I don't know what. France 24, Le Monde, Jeune Afrique. They are obliged to do the work that we ask them to do. They are not free, in fact. There are a lot of media there. They don't live from advertising or I don't know what. It's false. These are people who pay and give you the information as they want. Unfortunately, here in Burkina, there are plenty. When we say it, people often say that we attack journalism. But there are plenty. I think you have to make the choice between earning your bread, but also loving your country. It's true, they fight for their country. All they do is for the benefit of their country. But we have to get away from that. And we see national media that take these media as a reference. Often we look at certain newspapers. They cite according to such a newspaper. They are liars. They have no information, they have nothing. Their reporters are liars. Because when they want to attack a country, they paint the country as they want. They say what they want from, let's go, we'll see what happens. So you have to get away from these media. Hello, Your Excellency. In connection with the shooting incident, some sources have indicated that there have been helicopter movements in Ouagadougou and Dori. What has explained these? Observed helicopter movements? We said we followed a helicopter to go to Dori. And when you see big people lying, it's pitiful. In reality, Wednesday was the day after the attack on Mansilla. We launched the operation in Mansilla. And so, the helicopters sent troops, reinforcements. It's just that. So they took off, they went to Dori to take elements of the 9th BIR. There were elements of the IGN that they took here in Ouagadougou to go for the operation at Mansilla. So we also learned that. It's true. You see, they have a tactic. As I said, the few neurons that remain there, they exploit it to do something plausible. They always take real information. And around now, they build their big lie. If you are not vigilant, you will believe that it is true. The helicopters really flew over. It's true. That's a fact. Everyone has observed. So why did they fly over? That's the question. So they build the big lie around it. Everyone has seen the helicopters fly over. But they use it to say that we fled. No, it's false. It's the same tactic they used when the helicopters, the Irish, landed in Ouagadougou. There were 6 flights of Irish in Ouagadougou. It's true. The Irish landed. But they take that. And when I look at them, they lie so much as they breathe. They build something big around it, that it's Wagner and Malian soldiers who came. But I would not say Malian soldiers. Malian soldiers are free to come to Burkina, when they want, as they want. But it's false. It's very false. The Irish are already here. Work together. They are there. Why are we going to make them come? They could not help us do what we want. It doesn't mean anything. Second, I can reassure you. These planes, for example, that landed, the helicopters, I explained to you. The planes are material from the United Nations. After the end of the mission, the ammunition stayed in Gao, in Bamako, a little everywhere. It was the boat, Tombouctou, that had started to take our ammunition, to evacuate to Bamako. They destroyed that boat there. So we found other ways to send it there. And there, it's ammunition that we picked up to come. And there are even ammunition from other countries that we are going to destroy here. So there is a structure of the United Nations. There is the UNMAS, which is aware of the operation, which must even supervise this operation these 2 days. It's ammunition from the mission we picked up. One in Gao, we had an FBI. And in Tombouctou, we had our men, the Ministry of State in Bamako. That's all. But the fraud must allow you to understand that there is something weird anyway. So it's false. The movement of the mayor is, we learned that it was you who wanted to mutiny or what. The children say that they are in the operation. Others are in Mansilla. Others are in Beni, in operation. And the parents were bothering them a lot. So they asked themselves, can the state mayor really communicate so that we stop bothering them and let them concentrate on their operations? You see what they are doing? It's not good. Otherwise, there is absolutely nothing. It's their wish, maybe. It's their wish, but they won't see it coming true. No, it's an insult to our soldiers. Our soldiers are much smarter than them. They know what they are doing. They know where the country is. They know where we are talking about. Excellency, in some areas, we even talked about power vacations, and that within the army there would be treaties to designate your successor. Have you been informed of this so-called treaty? If it's a vacation, who comes to take it? All they said is that we fled to Nigeria. They didn't come to take it. They go there to do what? They didn't even come to take it. They didn't understand anything, actually. But understand them. If they have been paid and they have not reached their goal, they have to lie to justify what they are doing. And it's not just them. You see the hybrids, they wander around the world. They lie. They make up with the terrorists to kill Burkina Faso, believing that they can change things. It's revolutionary. But they didn't understand. So you have to tell them, maybe if it's a vacation, they don't have to come. They come to take it. These people have nothing. They have no children. They have nothing in the army. And it's you who sit there to try to manipulate the children of others, hoping to do what you want. Are they smart? It's an insult. It's an insult even to the Burkina Faso people, to take people for children, tell winter stories, and believe that people will swallow it. No, people are smart. Fortanim 41. We are in 2024. These are no longer the years where people can see information like that and then jump on it and everything. But remember that they have several objectives. It's chaos. It's destabilizing Burkina Faso. Because they don't like our line of conduct. And that comforts us. It comforts us. It makes us want to go towards our objective that we have set. So don't be afraid of that. A lot of information has come out, as you said. What is your message to the Burkina Faso people? From the inside, and especially from the diaspora, who are asking a lot of questions about the march of transition. People will understand. We are here. Some will say it's fake too. Come shake my hand. Maybe they will believe that. That's it. At least it's not fake. It's them who have all the technology. We don't have that level yet. So we are free in our country. And people shouldn't worry. I said they have a lot of objectives. One of the objectives is to scare investors. To say that Burkina is, and all those who are lecturing, it's a lie. It's what they say. That's one of their objectives. They have a plan in mind, that's for sure. But we are also aware of it. We are waiting for them steadfastly. Maybe the next step is to tell them to watch TV, to be careful. It's not only the next plan that they try to hack. A certain number of applications in Burkina Faso disrupt certain things. We are waiting for them. They are not doing anything for nothing. When they start their lies, their misinformation, it's in view of something. But we are following them. And we are waiting for them firmly, and we are going to give them the answer they need. And if they are inside, if they continue to manipulate with them, they will understand us. Now it's over. We have given them time to spill out all their lies. We are going to act very firmly. So people outside must not trust this kind of bullshit. It doesn't mean anything. It's unfortunate that tonight Burkina Faso is outside participating in this. There are still a lot of voices that continue in this. We don't know what we have done to these people, but they can continue their dirty lies. No one is going to listen to them again. So we have to reassure everyone. Burkina Faso is inside. We have to stay calm. There is nothing to disturb. We are here and we continue to work for the happiness of Burkina Faso. With all that is happening, are you afraid for your life? How do you manage emotionally all that is happening? The reason is, Hélène, emotion is black. You see, it also plays on emotion, when they ended up making everyone understand that they are at the origin of the attacks. And they try to take that to create emotion. Because in their heads, blackness is emotion. We base ourselves on emotion to act and everything. Because they made an analysis that it was an attack that made ROC leave. It was Gaskinda that made Damiba leave. It's like that in their heads. You can't change that. And they have to create an unfortunate incident to hope that we leave. Because Burkina Faso is only emotion. They don't know Burkina Faso, we are not only emotion. We know where we are going now. People have understood the essence of our struggle. We are not afraid. We have never been afraid because we have had the chance to have made the ground and to live in situations where we should have lost our lives. I tell you that there are situations where we got out of it, we don't know. It is God alone who knows how we got out of it. Otherwise, we wouldn't have stopped it here. Often I sit down, it's true. I think about certain things on the ground. I tell myself, God knows what He's doing. So if it's fear, we don't know fear, never. And we pray to God to never know fear. If we wanted to know fear, we would have started to be afraid. We would have started to be afraid. They expect us to have accounts to get up one day and say, you do that or we close. They will never have our accounts there. We don't care about having accounts there. We don't have good there. We will never have good. All we do is for Burkina. We don't even want to leave our Burkina. We are at peace here. There it is, a big space. If we want to do tourism, we go to Bamako, Niamey, or, I don't know, in other cities. We don't care to go elsewhere. We are well in our space here. 1945. Fear? We don't know fear. We decided to commit to the homeland. We know all the risks around it. We gave up our whole life for that. Why be afraid? We gave up all our youth for a mission for the homeland. So there is no fear. You can leave without fear. Zero fear. The next phase, to which we must be very careful, it is artificial intelligence. Be careful, because I happen to see videos of me even speaking Spanish, or speaking, I don't know, Chinese. I thank those who do it, because they manage to translate our speeches. But it's very dangerous. So this phase will come. Hacking and all that, it will come. So stay focused. Do the patriotic work you do. Thank you. A lot of courage. And I hope your morale will go up. Don't be afraid. They are here for you.
Attention, parce que moi, il m'arrive de voir des vidéos de moi-même en train de parler espagnol ou de parler, je ne sais pas, chinois. Je remercie ceux qui le font parce qu'ils arrivent à traduire nos discours, mais c'est très dangereux. Donc cette phase va venir. Comme je vous disais, les hacking et tout ça, ça va venir. Donc restez concentrés. Faites le travail patriotique que vous faites. Merci à vous. Beaucoup de courage. Et j'espère que votre morale est remontée. N'ayez pas peur. Ils sont là pour vous. Voilà.
This is the journey to One Africa.